Since the dawn of civilization, man has waged war. The intrinsic aggression of humanity has been a tremendous driving force in our development and rise as the dominant species on the planet. Although countless millions have died in warfare since history began, it is also clear that much of our development has come from war. It's these conflicts that have defined the borders of the world as we know it today. Man has been able to surpass previous generations through innovation, technology, and engineering, which has transformed war over the centuries. The change in weaponry, combat tactics, and other innovations have led to modern-day warfare. Former empires fall to make way for newer ones to propel us forwards, new beliefs to unite us and tear us apart. Cavemen, fierce, barbarous, vulgar, brutal. These prehistoric men were armed with ancient weapons of war, muscle, and a desire for resources necessary for survival. War has been prevalent in this world even before written history. This has been shown through cave paintings that have portrayed these events. Humans of this era usually stayed in small groups and avoided warfare whenever possible, since the risk of going into battle was very high. As the need for supplies and resources increased, man had no other choice than to confront each other in battle. The lack of long-range weapons had combatants fight in close quarters, which led to a higher chance of injury. This made preparing for battle and using tactics vital in ensuring that the upper hand was theirs.
These people, they often avoided conflict whenever possible. However, when necessary, they could be quite aggressive. They had spears, bows and arrows, maces, slingshots made from wood, iron, copper, you name it. Barbarians were able to inflict fatal blows. Ah!
Civilized, honorable, spiritual, and savage, these warriors, efficient camouflage and decisive in battle, were quick to kill, battles lasting merely a couple hours. The migration of a select few prehistoric humans across the continental glacier introduced man to the Western Hemisphere. These were the first Native Americans. Through their reign on the new territories, they have introduced the art of stealth and camouflage into their mix.
Native Americans, they only fought for two reasons: to fight and protect. Some of the widely known weapons they used were the tomahawk and the newly improved bow and arrow, which was not only efficient, but incredibly accurate.
Deadly, unrelenting, and unforgiving. These soldiers were obedient and dangerous in the masses. From the small groups, warfare slowly integrated organized armies, creating large-scale battles, the outcome of which would be determined from defeating the opposition in the fields, as well as threatening siege and civilian deaths, which was ultimately used to convince the enemy that continued war was more costly than submitting.
The difference between prehistoric and ancient warfare has more to do with organization rather than weapons. An agricultural surplus allowed for soldiers to work more on battles rather than work in the fields. Armies consisted of infantry, which used bows, shields, and spears, which was used to overwhelm the opposing armies.
Obedient, courageous, and determined. Loyal knights who fought for honor and glory in the name of their king. The lines between ancient and medieval warfare are heavily blurred, as much of the characteristic properties are retained. As guerrilla warfare became more prevalent, ancient warfare slowly died out, bringing about a new era of technological, cultural, and social developments, which forced a dramatic transformation in conventions of war.
Medieval times were most renowned for the use of castles and forts. Battles were centered around the goal of seizing an enemy base while also protecting your own. To do this, soldiers were required to wear heavy plated armor to defend from incoming attacks. There were no resources, however, available during sieges, so soldiers were forced to pillage them throughout their surroundings to gain necessities.
Efficient, progressive, and destructive. Trained soldiers, taught to kill with precise accuracy. The early modern era paved the path for development of destructive weaponry. The rise of gunpowder rendered many tactics and weapons from the past useless. This new innovation completely revolutionized the way we fight, gave long-range weapons a whole new meaning. The only drawback to this advancement was its initial inaccuracy, which necessitated large groups of mass soldiers. At the same time, the commencement of naval warfare began as a support for ground-based troops.
The colonial period was a new age of warfare. The cannon and the gun was now the main weapons of the battlefield. The gun, which brought a new fear into the battle, was fast and accurate, yet extremely powerful. New tactics, such as line formation, sent a barrage of bullets into enemy eyes, which induced extreme fear into the enemy.
Innovative, technological, revolutionizing, fatal. Advanced soldiers armed with mechanical weapons were sent to fight on the battlefield. The era of industrial warfare introduced very powerful weapons and enabled the mass production of firearms, along with the increased speed and accuracy of these weapons. Aerial warfare had transformed the battlefields, with the improvements in naval warfare alongside them. The heightened destruction, death, and injury proved that industrial warfare to be far more bloody and demanding of the soldiers than society in early modern warfare ever was.
Industrial warfare featured a new concept of total war. This brought about the use of conscription, which required civilians to enlist into military service whenever necessary. Some technology in this time period includes chemical weapons, armored warfare, metal warships, submarines, and aircrafts. Some tactics that were used include blitzkrieg, which allowed for quick mobilization of armies.
Modernized, cutting-edge, and decimating. Contemporary warriors, experts in the latest form of combat, are the pioneers of present-day warfare. The fourth generation is known as the era of modern warfare, different again from the past and characterized by highly technological advances. Modern warfare is exceptionally lethal. Technology has produced weapons much more capable than those of the past. The content of operation connecting the details of tactics with the goals of strategy must reflect the state of technology on today's battlefield, while adhering to the historical warfighting principles.
Warfare today is completely defined by our technological advancements. Drones, robots, machines are being developed as we speak to take our place on the battlefield. The idea that a mere machine can replace a human's role in warfare is incredible. To think that people no longer need to risk their lives in war, it's almost as if we're catching glimpses of the future, yet it's happening before our very eyes.
scared to fight until we're free. We won't stop till there's freedom. 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 We won't stop till there's freedom.
Where'd that baby do that? Got him.